Welcome back, guys and girls, to another session. And it's 7:30 in the evening. Aren't we loving these later evenings now? You know, if you've got the ability to, you can chuck your stuff in the car like I have, get over now. So where am I? So this beautiful new water for me. I joined a club and it has a few lakes around Colchester, around Essex. And I've come to here. Well, this one, because there's two on this complex, wasn't the one I planned to fish. This is what I class as B1, that's B2. It's got arguably a better head of fish in that one. This one, unfortunately, was struck by KHV, and I think a nice young lad, when I was walking around all the lakes before, said they lost quite a number of 30s, unfortunately. So the reason why I've gone on this one, not the other one, is because, I don't know if I can show you. Sorry, I didn't mean to look all funny in the camera there. And it might not stay this way because you can obviously turn up when you want. But there's no bloody bugger on here. Like, literally, my lines, unless this has been hammered over the weekend and there's plenty of bait left still there, it's going to be the only bait source going in. And I'd much rather sit here on my own, sounds sad, and that little violin, no, with less pressure, the only bait source going in. Yeah, hopefully a bite. Let's have a look up at the sky. Lovely. Look at that, hallelujah. Now, I'm not going to say the sun's not a nice thing. Of course it has been over the last few weeks. It's been bloody lovely, hasn't it? Really nice, really blessed. But as you guys know, when it comes to most kind of fishing, actually, you know, it's not been ideal, is it? Zig time, really. But the pressure's dropping. I'm going to check that. I haven't checked that today. And it's going to rain. It's going to piss it down. Sorry, I keep swearing. I don't usually swear. Going to absolutely heave it down about 1 o'clock this morning, or tomorrow morning. Lovely, exactly what you want for a bite, right? So fingers crossed. So less pressure and a real good weather front moving in shortly. So I haven't got long left of light. I think what I'm going to do, guys and girls, is it's a lovely margin here. Granted, not the best margin because I spent 20 minutes walking round and I was going to go over there. Sorry, I'm probably making you all seasick. I thought, lovely, I'm going to put 2 off the marginal shelf, lovely marginal features, big trees going in. Then I walked up here and in the middle of the lake, I thought, nope, always go for the fish. And I'm in a nice central position here. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be here for a good 24 hours. So tomorrow I can have a little walk round if I don't get anything tonight. But I'm going to stop babbling. First things first, get the marker out on them nice feature finding leads. Find if there's any gravel there. This is an old gravel pit, so find a nice bar or something, or a difference, whether it be a hard spot, soft spot. I'd like to find some gravel up to silt. I think that's a nice little feature. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to fish one marginally as well because I think there'll be some fish moving around tonight. But anyway, I'll shut up and I'll come back to you shortly. So first things first, here you see me dotting a lead around, trying to find them all important features. Obviously I saw a fish, bosh. Well, it was more to the left. I wanted to just be off the spot, just so I didn't disturb, well, cause as little disturbance with that lead dotting around as I could, but try and find a nice clear spot. What I did notice is mostly weed, a lot of silkweed, but managed to find a clearer spot, more to the left of where I just cast. So let's speed this up and come back to you shortly. Okay, I found a nice clear spot out there, just to the left of a lot of silkweed and Canadian weed too. Obviously I didn't have that long a time to get the rods in the water. I had about 45 minutes of light left, so couldn't spend forever doing that. I was happy that, you know, if I presented the right rig, that would sit nicely there. So the next stage is getting the bait mixed up. So guys and girls, I think the bait's very simple this time. Well, every time I try and keep it as simple as possible. So what we got in there then? Hemp, corn, and there's a couple of 10 mils as well, along with some 4 mil. That's got some lovely pineapple smart liquid on that. So I'm really happy with that spot. Found a nice little clear spot in amongst the silkweed. Yeah, quite confident with that. So I'll shut up again and get the rods on top of it. Okay guys, let me just show you rig number 1. This is going to be on my marginal swim. Now, sorry, let me get back in camera. Now, you didn't see me plodding around there, but just by this tree, I would say it's about 3 foot deeper than it is out there. So obviously there's a bit of an increase, quite a sharp drop with some Canadian weed first of all. That screams tench to me, and I love a tench if you've watched my previous videos. I'd much rather them have them on light tackle, like a float or feeder rod. But I'm not going to grumble. This would be the first blood out of this lake. So let me show you. I've decided to go naked. So there's a 15-pound line there with a lead clip. Now this is quite a big lead. 3.5, I believe. 4. And some of you might think, God, you're just going to put it down there? And that's, yeah, I'm a great believer in big leads hook fish better. Now that's just my belief. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. And then what we've got here, 25-pound boom, a little bit of putty through there, and a little bit of putty here, onto an incurved, well, a B shank with a kicker on there, D-rig kicker, and a couple of bits of corn. Lovely jubbly. Now, because most of my bait is corn, I'm at least going to fish double plastic corn down here. I reckon I'll go for a little pineapple pop-up, a little 12mm or 11mm pineapple pop-up on there. Although I'm happy with the spot and it seems to be out of that silkweed, there is a bit about. So if I can, you know, improve my chances by fishing a pop-up, if I do miscast slightly and not, you know, not quite out of that zone, at least I'm fishing for the night until the morning. So right, let's get them out. Before I get this marginal rod out, a bit of pineapple goo. Love it. I'm really into my liquids, and goo's something that it's the first time I'm trying this year. And although this won't stay on it for, you know, terribly long, a nice coating. Anything I think you can do, location, bait, anything, you know, personally you can do to feel super confident on your spots, do it. Even if it doesn't really make much difference. And I'm not endorsed by Corda or any other person. I'm not sponsored or anything. These, you know, these are just channels I say. I believe anything that you can do to maximise, maybe not your chances, but your thought process and your confidence. Because like anything in life, isn't it? If you're confident you're fishing, i.e. found the fish, good spot, nice drop, good bait, etc, etc, then you're going to sit there a lot happier. Many a time have I sat there in different types of fishing situations and not felt confident. And if you're not feeling confident, then you can reel in, then you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're going to spend half the time out the water. So yeah, that's my little top tip. If you believe in goo or not, believe in liquids or not, find something that you feel maximises your chances. If you're a lot more confident, there's a lot better chance. Yeah, just touching on that, I think we can all agree, can't we, that you need to feel confident in pretty much anything in life, like I said, but, you know, fishing especially, there's just so many variables, and I was really, really excited about this upcoming weather front that's coming in and thought it'd be a successful night. So, as we enjoy this beautiful sunset, let's see what happened. Strictly big carp anglers, you might want to look away now. I don't know if you can see there, if it's coming up, £12.11, that's my new PB bream. Get in. So there we are again, guys and girls. Like I say, love them or hate them. £12.11 on a new pit. Didn't half give a bad account for itself on that carp rod. Most carp guys absolutely hate these things. But like I say, on a light feeder, if you're filling the net with these, I personally think you can have a fun day. But there we are. Well, it's 2 PBs this year so far. Both the carp at Linear and now this. Not gonna lie though, we need some carp. So let's get this one back and get that kettle on, and fingers crossed we can have a screamer. As we all know, bream do move in numbers, and this was the third for me tonight. So I even tried 2 15mm boilies, didn't work, and I knew it was time to change the position of that rod. Well, the bigger baits didn't work. Another good sized bream. Morning guys, it's 6:30, and a few bream last night, a couple of bream. I decided to get the left rod in and put it on a salty squid pop up and put it down by this baited spot, and I just woke up just randomly and I thought, I was just thinking about a scream and run, and let's have a look. Obviously something in the net there stirring it up. What a fight. And I don't know if you remember me saying at the start of the video that down there felt tenchy. Well, I just had an absolute run around on the 3 1/4 test curve of a tench that looks quite big. It might not be because there is a bit of weed around it, and like I say, literally just woke up, the rod tore off. It was crazy. I did debate. It felt like a tench, that typical thumping. But then I was doubting myself because it was giving me such a runaround. But anyway, I'm gonna wake up for a second and and unhook this fish and show you what we got. All right, let's have another look. £5.8, which she looks a bit bigger to me, but nonetheless, more than welcome. Absolutely scream and run. Beautiful female tench. Absolutely gorgeous that. Chuff with that. Tench are one of my favourite fish still, no matter how much I carp fish. They're not a nuisance to me. They're absolutely beautiful. One of the nation's favourite. Typical tenchy morning. That low pressure, wet, and it fell to the double sweet corn, the fake sweet corn that had been out there. Well, I did reposition it throughout the night, but off that shelf, you know, near that weed, deep marginal shelf there. If you've watched my tench videos before, find yourself a deep marginal shelf, and these guys won't be too far behind. There she goes, she's ready. Beautiful. Okay, this is turning into a morning to remember for me, because for the last few sessions, other than the Linear video, yeah, I have had some really bad luck. But I always say it, weather, weather, weather. Look at this weather. And I was just uploading the tench video to my TikTok, and a screamer, and I thought, does that feel like a tench? Not huge, but I got a comment. So 5 minutes after that tench, and as you probably just watched me say, I've got a lovely comment. Pushing 20, I would say. Let's find out. £17, 15 ounces. I'll take that for my first carp on this lake. Let's have a look at this incredible common. Like I say, not a huge carp in the grand scheme of carp today, but what a beautiful thick wide fish that is. Absolutely gorgeous. I wonder, probably one of the originals. I think they only stocked mirrors in here, so yeah, very welcome fish that. This weather, tell you, it makes all the difference in my opinion. This lovely wet overcast weather. Look at that fish, lovely wide fish that. Whether you can catch that there. Absolutely beautiful. Didn't give up in the net either, was whizzing around. Luckily, obviously very photogenic and allowed me to hold it, but fell on the double cord, just the rod I had the tench on. Absolutely incredible. I think what I'm going to do is position the left rod to my left margin and focus on that, because it seems to be deeper, nice shell, bit of weed and then clear. So yeah, I think that's the plan today. So thank you very much. My first carp out of this new club water on the first session. Absolutely ecstatic. There we go, let's get her back to where she belongs. What a beautiful common. One to remember for me. The first fish out of a new venue. Let's just give her a second to recover. The fish here really do give a good account for themselves, even them bream last night, I must admit. So it's always best just to give them a second to recover. What a morning so far. If this rain continues, hopefully we'll see another bite or two. I think she's starting to get ready now. Look at that, nice wide fish. There she goes, lovely. Okay guys, so what a morning so far. Unfortunately not been able to, or didn't record any of them bites at all. Put the double corn back down where I've had both the carp and the tench, to that right where that tree is, with another handful of hemp and corn. And I'm going to attempt to make a cup of tea, or a cup of coffee. And like last night, on it, pretty much every bream I had, by the last one that woke me up. Let's hope we get a bite, the same as we did last night. But another something begin with C, or T. B, no, I've had my fill of bream, thank you, bream gods. We'll save that for another video on the feeder rod, shall we? Yeah, so incredible. First session on this lake, and it hasn't disappointed. Got a long way to go yet as well. It's only what, 7:30, so that tench and that carp was 20 minutes apart, not even that, I don't reckon, 15. It's incredible, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave this on record, or I'll put the kettle on, and let's see if we can get another bite. Oh, we're right. quite gut on this one, so I reckon, although not as a long fish, around the 17 again, I reckon. We'll give her away. This one's definitely been eating all the pies. Oh, boilies. £13, 4 ounces. What a beautiful common. Quite the opposite shape and size to the last. But a beautiful fish nonetheless. What great fun I'm having here this morning. Not a huge carp, but not bad carp either really. Absolutely cracking. Big old paddles on these ones. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Alright girl, thank you so much. Not the biggest in the world, but such a pretty common carp that. Alright, just getting ready now. There she goes. Well, that's it. So thank you so much for stopping by. Plenty more videos of all the lakes that I'm going to explore coming up, and plenty more other than that too. I'm going to leave you with these little hell raisers here, this nest of coots. So all you carp anglers, be warned, spring is upon us. No, all joking aside, thanks again for stopping by, and good luck on your next session.